4 heroes on our mid and our supports, these type of things, so we don't end up kind of getting outpicked in that way. But yeah, let's see how this unfolds here.
Yeah, we have got Team Spirit on the Radiant side, Falcons on the Dire side. First pick going the way of Team Spirit. And that means we got 4 bans coming out from Falcons. And the one that strikes me, maybe it doesn't strike me as odd, knowing that Miposhka is a god on this hero with the Bane. Overall first ban coming out from them. Is there anything in particular we're keeping our eyes out for other than the Marcy that's left in the pool for now?
I think there's a couple of them, right? When it comes to Falcons' comfort zone here from Team Spirit, you have like a Chun, you have a Sand King as well that's left in the pool.
Shaker also.
Shaker, absolutely.
Monkey King. I mean, there's all those heroes left in the pool, and Spirit surely has these. Is Keeter sleeping?
No, he's
meditating.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
You interrupted him.
Sorry, I woke you up, Keeter.
Oh, it's the Prophet.
Oh, Prophet. I mean, there was one more to add to the list even, yeah. We do see it, Monkey King ban into Prophet pick, which still leaves Shaker, Chen, and Sand King in the pool.
Which also kind of falls in the archetype that we just talked about, right? Like take one of their heroes, ban out 3.
10 seconds remaining.
So what is gonna be? I think Chen was actually the hero that was the most contested, or almost banned in every single game after Stasis Success.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he lost a single game on it.
Don't think he did, no.
So here's your chance to take it if you wanted, Falcons.
As your first pick?
Yeah, that's what they did all the time. Like even on 8, 9. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Chen is coming. Snaking is saying it. Why are they giving this to me? I take it. And now Spirit, they have 2 bans. Do they commit it into Shaker and Sand King? Because these are still the 2 heroes that Malrine really loves the most and was comfortable blind picking into almost anything.
You also got to worry a little bit about the Primal, right? Because that's the 3rd hero that, I mean, we keep forgetting about it. Now I make sure to remember it, right? Because that's actually a good hero against Prophet too, making it very uncomfortable for him to play the first 20 minutes. So that's also a hero that they might consider. And this is kind of the strength of second pick right now, I think, is the fact that you can pick these 2 heroes in a row. And and there's quite a lot of those melee bruisers if they're not getting left out in the first phase, right? So I think maybe they just choose to not ban them, like the Shaker, the Primal, the mid heroes, but they focus maybe on the Mar, as we see right now.
Yeah, I definitely can see the Mars ban. I mean, they have picked it before on the air. Well, actually, no, they have 6 and 17 this stage, huh? But I guess they respect the Mars against the Prophet because the arena will be effective against him all game. Gonna stop him from dealing damage.
It also is maybe the approach of them, right? If you look at their heroes, it's pretty much all Amar heroes, right? Except maybe Beastmaster. I think he's mostly played the Monkey King as well this event. The Bristol back.
Offlane Monkey for
so
the majority.
Maybe just focusing on him and then ignoring sort of Malrine's hero pool is the approach here for Team Spirit.
If you're looking at Malrine and Amar, Magnus is another one that has been taken away from him. There's still Timber, by the way.
True. But the off-lane pool is getting smaller rapidly.
Yeah, I mean, you're banning your own heroes too, right? It's Collapse Magnus, Collapse Mars, Collapse Centaur, banned from Falcons as well. So it's kind of, I mean, I think one hero we might see is just a hero that I was surprised Team Spirit hasn't been picking. It's the Slaughter, Collapse Slaughter. I feel like that is one of the only players that making this hero work, but he has done so, and it looks really strong in other tournaments.
Out of the more casual ones on the offlane that are left in the pool, there's Doom. If I'm correct, right? Like it's not banned, and there's Timber as well.
There's also still this hero that fell off, but still the Dawnbreaker is fully ignored, and it has always been a decent answer to Prophet both in the lane and in the game. I know it fell off a little bit here, but I'm sure that Amar is also ready to play it.
I feel like it fell off a cliff.
Fell off a cliff?
Yeah, considering how hot the Dawnbreaker as a hero was coming into the tournament.
I agree.
Not looking great.
It hasn't looked great, to be honest.
Turn to pick.
Okay,
that Primal you mentioned still out.
This could lead into a Pangolier pick. No, Sand King. Okay, I mean, just keep your bread and butter going, right? I mean, you have Sand King Shaker left in the pool. I would have been very surprised if they left.
I mean, I also think Malrine is the best Sand King, hands down.
Yeah, he's even the guy who invented Sand King after he got the new ability. Like after he got the Stinger and they changed the innate and everything else. He was the first guy to make the Sand King work. Before that, most pro players thought the hero is not good.
Is it possible to just take a page out of Tundra's book and get yourself a pop here into the Sand King? Or, I mean, why it makes your game a little bit easier. Of course, Pop had multiple reasons to be picked in the last series into the Sand King and the Monkey King. kind of prevented them from laning properly.
Yeah, I think you could at least set up for it
Team
with the other two
Spirit,
heroes and then
turn
get it
to
on 18. Okay, Invoker. Yeah.
Okay, so Lal is also taking a page out of the Tundra book, basically, but a different one. They're taking the
Different page.
Helm
yeah.
of Dami Invoker. That is so interesting because in the last series you saw the Sand King being picked into the Invoker. Now the Invoker is being
remaining.
picked into the Sand King, so you can already see the different reads and priorities that the mid
5
laners have on this
seconds
tournament.
remaining.
But you also thought Invoker was quite good against Sand King, right? Because you get the more or less free lane.
Falcons, turn to
I would say that both of them basically get what they want because Sand
Yeah,
King
that's
is kind of archetype hero that just 50-50 his lane, and Invoker is basically the same.
Can you have the Dominator Chen script?
Can
Should
you?
be able to, I think, right?
You can definitely dominate Enchantress creeps, so if Chen is
Yeah,
not
but then they
different,
have a duration, so Chen script's way better.
10 seconds
think you can.
remaining.
That's nice.
Let's
but
say,
shouldn't that make Chen really bad then? Why
5
would Snaking like the
seconds
Chen if
remaining.
everybody's playing Dami?
Maybe he'll buy his own.
Take it back. What we see here also with this Ogre pick to mention is that they have double buff for the Nature's
Team
Prophet. Skeeter is going to
Falcons,
hit
turn to pick.
like a truck with alacrity and bloodlust if they let him.
Yeah, yeah, total. Yeah.
It's a really strong lane as well, right? Like you get this melee bruiser with the Prophet. They secure on the other side just the fact that all these heroes have been banned out. Let's get a Pango that's also kind of flexible when it comes to the laning stage. And just
10 seconds
he
remaining.
couldn't theoretically get another Helm of Dominator to take that dominated
5
hero creep,
seconds
right?
remaining.
Like that's what it becomes.
What's Crit gonna choose here? Because it's kind of his hero we're looking at. There's the Hoodwink, the Snap.
There's a lot of good
The
options, right?
Grimstroke.
He likes Hoodwink, right?
Team Spirit.
I hope it's not Hoodwink.
I do. I mean, look, it was bad last time, sure. But they needed some extra damage. This hero gives it. Like with the Chen, you can rotate across the map. It's also pretty good into Prophet. Like he wants to hide in the trees. You love the trees.
Yeah.
First,
I like it more than the other ones this game, actually.
Okay, I would like to mention that Yatoro
5
was the
seconds
guy
remaining.
who invented Helm of the Dominator on Faceless Void. And isn't this a pretty good Faceless Void game with Invoker already in the pool?
If you're gonna buy a Helm of the Dominator, why won't you pick Marcy?
Are you gonna just
I mean, then
Fear and
you
support?
would put the Prophet on the +4 roll those, which might just ruin the draft, but
yeah. I mean, you pick that Ogre, right, to set up for your Furion, but maybe
we probably cut it, yeah. It's probably just going to be a Prophet +1
Yeah.
and an Ogre +5 and they keep it simple. But in that case, I suppose they're looking at a Collapse hero right now.
Yeah.
Take an offlaner.
But I agree. I mean, you could do that. You could pick like Void and then Slaughter last, something like that.
Team Spirits, turn to battle.
Or Slaughter now.
Or Slaughter now. I mean, I think this is they're bringing it out. You know, the hero that they had so good success with in previous tournaments the last few months.
Yeah, and this hero fits even. This hero gives even more amplification, right? If you look at this Team
Yeah.
Spirit draft,
10
this Prophet is
seconds
already
remaining.
profiting of Bloodlust, Alacrity. Now the target that he's hitting is also being
5
hit by
seconds
Corrosive
remaining.
Haze. So whatever he's hitting, there's going to be a huge damage difference, basically.
Team
And this is what
Falcons,
Falcons
turn
knows is
to
coming at
bat.
them, and they have to find a solution to this. Are you actually able to pick your own carry? Because that's what they still have to pick, right? A Skeeter hero. Can you find something that can fight this? Or is there some cheesy way to try to avoid it?
Yeah, right now they're trying to protect it at least, right? Like the troll ban instantly coming, like one of the
10
strongest
seconds
matchups
remaining.
into Slardar on the safe lane.
So I think Skeeter's hero pool
5
right now
seconds remaining.
so far has been Troll, Weaver, Nature's Prophet, and Sven.
Team Falcons,
If I remember correctly.
turn
Maybe
to
there's
battle.
one more in there somewhere, but that's pretty much his hero pool. Most of it is out or taken by Spirit. Weaver is not really good against Slaughter. So we might see a completely different Skeeter hero. Abaddon is in the pool, actually. Abaddon's quite good here.
Yeah, it purchased a Corrosive Phase.
10 seconds
The control of
remaining.
Invoker can be a little bit frustrating to deal with, maybe, but it's still one of the best carries that is left in the
5
pool.
seconds
Maybe that's going to be the
remaining.
ban then. I think because I think the hero pool of Skeeter is not that big right now, and it's also hard to find a hero that's going to be good overall.
I'd like the Abaddon, but I would be worried if they do take it when it comes to scaling later on in the game into a Prophet Invoker. I feel like they would maybe lack that extra oomph.
Don't sleep on Abaddon late game, I think.
I know you're a fan.
I mean, it's more like if you don't have a clear way of killing him, then eventually, then he's always going to be a problem, and he's just going to keep getting more and more items.
But before getting to the carry pick of Falcons, also, what support do you think Team Spirit is going to pick up? Because they still have to take a hero for Rue here. Snapfire is out. The Grimstroke you mentioned earlier is still in the pool.
A lot of time is going into this final ban from Falcons. Makes me wonder if they're discussing any potential flex picks.
yeah,
they
the
Void
ban.
The Void ban is quite interesting.
They actually think it can be a profit plus 4.
Because I kind of agree with your sentiment earlier that, I mean, also just my point about the plus 4 heroes are just not that impressive right now, in my opinion. So maybe they just better just get Yatoro a really juicy last pick carry. But I mean, Falcons also feels like that.
Remaining.
What about Bat Rider? That's an option here.
They have played it. Right? It's pretty solid into all of these heroes on the other side. Some extra catch for them as well.
And since we're talking about a hero for Rue, he has played a fantastic Muerta in the past. Is Muerta as a position 4 just dead?
It wouldn't be that bad here, I think.
Just very meh for me.
Oh, okay.
Not very impressive either.
Team Spirit.
The only reason
turn
why
to
I'd like
pick.
it is the AoE silences into Sand King and Pango. It kind of feels nice.
Yes, it would give them a little bit more team fight, because if we do look at Team Spirit lineup, I did talk a lot about the amplification of the Prophet, but their team fight is a little bit lackluster. If you look at the Falcons lineup, they have a Pangolier roll, they have an Epicenter, they have the Chen AoE
10
heal.
seconds
Phoenix.
remaining.
Team Spirit's team fight so far is not impressive.
Phoenix for Spirit.
5 seconds remaining.
It's good again.
Plus 4?
Yeah.
It was good.
pretty
Core last game would be good here too.
Bounty Hunter.
Oh,
Wow.
that's pretty cool.
They're going for the double track. You have Corrosive Phase and the track to make sure you really see them. But this
Keep
gives
in mind,
even more single
It
target.
does amp some extra damage as well, right?
You also have Sunstrike, you have Global TP,
10
right?
seconds remaining.
And you have Track for Sanking. And it's also pretty annoying for Chen to play against this. I
5
think it's a
seconds
pretty cool pick.
remaining.
Aren't they putting all their eggs in one basket of the Yatoro Prophet hitting somebody? There's no team fight at all. It's everything a single target.
But it's more like skirmishes. I kind of like it. I think it fits the rest of their heroes. It's a different style of lineup, obviously, but I think it has synergy. I think their heroes innately have synergy, so that's why I like the lineup as a whole. But I agree. I think something like a Phoenix would have been solid. It would have solidified some more team fight. But
Not terribly. Well, it's a different illusion-based hero.
yeah,
It's a lot of armor, right? Like you're playing into Slardar and Bounty.
we talked about at some point. Somebody said Terrible has a very bad win rate this tournament.
Really? Does it? Because right here, I actually love it.
12%.
Oh
Okay.
my!
Oh no.
Double down. Tom?
No, I don't know. But I mean, theoretically, for Falcons, I think this was actually a good pick, because it gives them also the wave shove that this team is really good at using at. You can
Right.
send your illusions down lanes, and Spirit's wave shove would have been quite good with the Prophet and the Invoker, but now this will enable the Saki and Pangolier to find easier pickoffs on the waves.
I feel like this is kind of a cool approach with the bounty, like last big bounty. Like we've seen these games from Falcons go 60-minute routes, right? Like if there's a lot of kills, eventually
10
with the bounty
seconds
hunter, you're gonna
remaining.
come out on top. So I kind of like it for in that way.
5 seconds
But at the same
remaining.
time, I feel that their draft is very different to what we came to expect from a lot of teams.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a hard one to call. I think Falcons they're such an experienced team, such a calm, disciplined team. They should be able to weather the storm of the bounty hunters, Lada and stuff like this, and take it to a later stage of the game. But I kind of like the Spirit still. I think they bring some fresh energy to this draft and their own kind of take on a draft here.
Do we feel like they've solved Snake King's 100% win rate? Chen.
I don't think so.
I mean, Chen gives armor and healing. They're like, okay, I give you Bloodlust, I give you Alacrity, I will Corrosive Faces guy and track him. Yatoro, if you don't kill him now, Chen is broken. Let's try it. That's like the message I'm getting from this year.
But let's also think about the whole idea of bounty hunter scouting, Slaughter being really hard to catch. You have the Fury and TB and you have Sunstrike, right? You have the vision game in your advantage. I feel like it's not going to be that easy to get that team fight for Falcons, just because Spirit will choose when they want to fight you.
So you're saying like they're gonna play a map game and they're gonna try to dance around you? Not
Yeah, and also the first 20 minutes, if Bounty Hunter gets off to some track kills, you can see the Furin and the Invoker just, get top net worth, and then suddenly it's a hard game. You get Aegis, you're fighting a really overfarmed Prophet. Let's see.
Let's see. We do not know what's going to happen in game number 1 of this best of 3 elimination and promotion on the line. We're finding out what's going to happen together with Odie Pixel and
Prepare
Fog.
for battle.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, we've just had to say goodbye, of course, to Team Liquid here on the road to the International, and we're just about one best of 3 away from saying goodbye to either Team Falcons or Team Spirit Fog. What's going on? You know, some people tuning in and catching up with the tournament at this point and go, hang on. Yeah, this matchup, we normally see it in a grand finals. Not at this stage early on of elimination.
Yeah, I mean, that's why this whole Swiss is just wild, right, in particular. But also, this day is always pretty sad it comes to it, right? For some people, yeah, pretty happy day because you get to see the teams you don't like leave, but
I mean,
pretty
it's
sad
entertaining
overall for everybody.
Yeah, there's so much on the line here.
Yeah.
Two massive organizations, massive Dota 2 teams that have had a lot of success and now battling to hold on and move forward to the main event at the International.
And overall, we have a pretty interesting different styles coming in, right? I think
30 seconds
we haven't seen a
left.
draft like Spirit has in a couple games, at least me and you in particular. Looks pretty different. A lot of single target in particular, not the most team fight, but looking to just amp up Toro.
Yes. I mean, and because overall, do you like this last choice from Falcons to go with the Skeeter Terrorblade? As we saw from the panel, you know, it's not a hero, a carry that's been having a lot of success at all. Just the one win, I believe, out of the 8 games it has been played. But could this game be one that it can excel in?
The amount of physical damage that there is on Spirit, right? They do have magic that's going to be coming from like the Invoker and some from that Ogre, but it's a majority physical damage lineup when you look at it in terms of the later stage, so or in terms of this earlier on. So it's going to be interesting, and definitely for that lane, it's something that's really strong, but this is not the most traditional thing that we see lately, so let's see if it works out. And something else that's not traditional, I have to point this out. Look what he went for on Laurel.
What do we got?
He went for Mind of Tornaris. So every one of them have been going either Quas or Exort.
Okay.
I don't think this is the first one that he's gone for it, but interesting to point out, and we'll see what build he wants to do. It looks like he's just going to do kind of standard, right? You go for this Ags Dominator build. But yeah, definitely an interesting one. You get the difference in terms of like how I don't know if it's going to really change how much he plays or how much he team fights, but I'm definitely curious.
And because overall as well, do you think Falcons are going to be able to create enough space for Skeeter? Because Team Spirit's lineup, right, they've got a lot of heroes that are going to be looking to hunt down that Terrorblade, right? The Bounty, the Slardar sneaking around in that mid-game, setting up for these Sunstrikes or TPs in from the carry Nature's Prophet Yatoro. It feels like a lot of pressure that could be targeted on the Terrorblade quite successfully.
Oh, definitely. But there is so much team fight advantage, I would say, for the side of Falcons. I think that's where you're talking about. Chaos can really start to reign supreme. Let's see how these lanes end up going down, because Brew, he's played this hero quite a lot in the past.
It's one of his
favorites.
classics, yeah.
Yeah, really does love to play, and he is playing it versus this quote-unquote was supposed to be the Chen, right? They did do a little bit of a switch-up, as we see from Falcons,
sure.
but he can do a lot of damage. He can... Obviously, the rotations that he can do, scouting things out, sniping couriers, but also in the mid-game, just track and corrosive haze. We have to point it out. He's playing versus Sanking. It'd be really, really strong versus him, just to keep track of him.
That's true. Hold on. Level 2 just about to be hit by Maposhka. So we'll be able to start playing the lane. Abilities.
Yep, he's a hero now. But this Chen is very disruptive in general. Like, Snaking, obviously we saw 100% win rate on him. Just how much he does in terms of early game just to slow down any aggression, right? Always this mana burn creep that he tends to have, and later on then he just farms, because that's just a snaking specialty, but we'll probably set up Amar for a pretty solid lane in particular, just because he's going to be able to constantly put them low mana.
Yet to lose a game on the road to the International is the Chen.
And yeah, the mid lane, I feel like this is going to be pretty free for Malrine. I've seen a couple of these Sanking Invoker matchups, but Malrine is the king of the sand.
He really
is truly the king of the sand, and we've seen him dominate so many matchups and just take the tower really early. So that's one thing that I'm a little concerned about for Laurel, since he's getting crushed right now.
Top lane. Skeeter. Farming very nicely against Collapse so far. Made good use of that first round of the Metamorphosis. Double the CS as opposed to what Collapse on the Slide has been able to find in this lane so far.
And some of these games I have seen, I think we saw a couple Sankings in a row just lose, right? I think at least what I got from the reasoning was that I've been seeing a lot of damage mitigation versus Sanking. His damage looked weaker than what I saw from some of these other games because of auras. Spirit doesn't have an aura lineup. There's no
really
There's
don't,
no Pipe Fire. I mean, I guess Bounty can.
I was going to say, Pipe. Yeah, the Bounty's going to get one, at least
Probably.
something like a Pipe later down the line, but nothing too soon. And you know, unlikely to be there at a point where Falcons will be bringing that team fight against them between the Sand King and the Pango in particular.
Yeah, and the Epicenter can be pretty devastating this game. They are not, I wouldn't say they're the tankiest overall on their draft on the side of Spirit compared to usual.
So, Try and chase down Crit here. They're going to have it. First
Collapse.
Goes the way of Collapse. They can put heavy damage in onto Skeeter as well. Patch
Big
comes
stick.
in. Skeeter trying to stand his ground, but the crush comes back up from Collapse. Spirit, they're going to clean up both of them in that top lane and get Collapse the double.
Huge stuff. I mean, they decided to swap these lanes up too, right? On the side of Falcons. They're going to get punished for it with a beautiful move there from Brew and Collapse. So many stick charges built up. He didn't even need them till the last second there. They actually killed them both without even needing those 14 wands from Collapse.
A bit of a spooky lane, and obviously a lane that you'd imagine. It's probably been a while since Falcon's safe lane ran into a bounty Slardar duo, right? You just don't see that this patch.
You picked the Terror Blade in a way to deal with the pressure that's going to be coming out from the high physical damage, and he just died in the laning phase. It's a big deal for Spirit. But this might be a bigger deal, as we see. Malrine 37 to the 17-6 right now versus that Invoker. Really bringing it to him right now.
Bottom lane. 25-2 on your Toro.
It's just kind of a spamming back and forth in a way. Miposhka trying to ensure that he can get some ignites out before he gets his mana burn, but overall, Falcons is sustaining through this pretty heavily.
Of course, one other way that the tracks and the corrosive haze will be annoying in these mid-game fights. It's going to provide that vision so that when these ignites are flying out, they are going to still connect, even if you're far back at the back of the team fight. Right, Fru's already setting up with the vision, which is going to make it a lot harder to play potentially with those blink daggers that you want to be getting on the Sand King and the Pango.
No, absolutely. I mean, I was glad that Misery actually, I think it was Misery that said it at the end there, is that this is a very visioned approach coming out from Team Spirit. They're going to have a lot of ways to just see these back lines, see certain heroes with track, with corrosive, and focus down these targets.
Bottom, Toro.
Aggro move.
A lot of trouble here. Stick charges won't save him. They're able to get in under the tower. Nothing that Miposhka can do to hold Falcons back.
Definitely fragile.
Radiant structures
On your
are
Toro at the start of the
fortified.
game.
In.
Main Brew trying to help out his buddy.
Difficult though to go on Malrine right now.
Yep. All right, so okay, cool. So Laurel went 2-0-2, and then he put an extra. Then he put the second point in Wex, and he got the obviously additional point because he is Wex as well too. So, okay, interesting. Because a lot of times you see this Dominator build, they go for the 4-0-4 so that they have the double Force Spirits plus the Dominator too. So that means he's maybe going to play a little bit different.
So down bottom, another dive here from Falcons. Putting a lot of pressure now onto the safe lane of Team Spirit. They'll get themselves a second kill now, taking out the support.
It's on the catapult wave. So Malrine, this tower's dead. Unless they bring heroes down here, this is a full tower kill that Falcon's going to be able to set up for with the stupid miss rate that applies from the Sand King. 40%, of course, on that tower.
Who's hanging around?
Tower is under attack.
Got to drag the wave. He does have a shield rune. This tower's dead. On the flip side, top Collapse, solo kill.
I mean, these are big kills that he's finding. You know, we're just what's coming up to 7 minutes in, and Collapse already finding 3 kills in this top lane. A couple of deaths early on the Skeeter Terrorblade that I'd imagine Falcons aren't going to be too happy with.
Those are... Evens out the game almost completely, right? With the way that the other 2 lanes are kind of going, that is phenomenal for Collapse. Kind of the hero that they want to do the best in the game, too, on the side of Spirit, right? He's the one who's going to be the one leading the charge, setting the tempo for them, too. So if he gets off to an early blink with the Soul Ring, that could be massive for them to be able to match and actually have that damage that maybe they were lacking in the early game, right? Because the lack of team fight, if they have an early Corrosive Haze, plus this Blink Dagger on the Slardar, could change things up massively. Really well done from them up top.
Skeeter's got to be very careful up here.
Level 5.
Not easy at all to sit in the lane against this Slardar 2 levels ahead.
They'll have to just make some. They're gonna have to make chaos and make space for him, but we'll see how Collapse takes advantage of that because he's got a full free lane. Let's see if he wants to make rotations as well, since he does have that haze. He could look to pressure Malrine now too.
The 8-minute. The illusion here for Malrine. He's going to lead up with a Burrow Strike on him, Miposhka, but the Tornado MP is laid down. What the illusion's trying to get away, but the Fire Blast is in, and he's out of mana. Malrine surrounded and killed off.
The Team Spirit 8-minute 5-man rotation to the mid lane. Seen this in the past. Can't put emphasis to take out the tower here yet. The Collapse is still lingering in the area.
Good aggressive early game so far for Spirit.
These are really clever moves too. I mean, Collapse, he is snowballing.
They've got eyes on Crit. Leads him with the crush. There's a dead Hoodwink. Collapse starting to take over this game very early on.
He eats the tango before the stun can even come out, I believe, there too, from the Hoodwink.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Truly the difference maker. 500 differential between him and that Pank. His blink is going to be one of the earliest I think we see. with treads and soul ring and a bracer.
Definitely the quickest we've seen on the Slardar in quite some time.
Under attack.
Don't see that many.
True.
But yeah, Collapse definitely making a case for the hero here with the way he's played it so far.
Timings are definitely going to get slowed down quite a bit here from the side of Falcons. As we see Brew now also, he knows how they play, right? The Sand King now has gotten killed once, so immediately they're going to go back to obviously work on those stacks to be able to get that timing from Maureen. He's already being a nuisance. Brew is placing a deep vision order up on the high ground. He's scouting it out, blocking camps as well. Their game plan these first 10 minutes has worked quite a bit better, it would seem, for the Falcons, even though Falcons were the ones that did that lane switch up. Good start for them. Carlo's getting space to hit some creeps.
Overall, Falcons as a whole are keeping up in net worth.
Yep.
But it's just going to be the fact that
Radiant's
Collapse in particular is going to have that crucial item pickup so early with the Blink Dagger rush that things could start to barrel out of control.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Courier snipe.
And we should mention this too, is that we mentioned the buffs for Yatoro. Throw those buffs on Collapse too. You can throw an Alacrity on a Slardar. You can throw these Bloodlusts and all this on the Slardar as well too. If he gets an early start and he gets these buff ups, he's going to be very, very powerful to just run to heroes. And that's the blink done. 10 minutes.
That's crazy timing.
That's the Sand King mid lane and the Earthshaker mid lane.
It's had stacks made for them. Yeah.
That's crazy timing. That
Collapse just doing it from raw kills and lane farm alone.
Yep. And look at Rue. He is being super annoying, right? They know that the vision is here, but he is sapping experience. He's taking some of these
what do you
neutrals.
do about the bounty sort of sitting in this position?
They don't want to chase him, right? They want to be as efficient as possible. I mean, look at it's the way Falcons tends to play in most situations, but look, everyone's just wanting to hit some creeps. Crit was showing in the mid lane, Snaking was farming for a bit too, Ango bottom. And this bounty pick actually seems really strong in terms of, just being able to slow down timings in particular. Collapse, he's hiding the blink. He hasn't shown it just yet. He's sitting on his courier right next to him.
Let's see where he wants to go with it.
Hasn't shown it. Now he's gonna put it in his bags and he's gonna make a move. Instantly TP's mid.
Warsmaric jumping for Collapse, gets it with a crush. The Hand of God Healer will come out. TP back up on the way. They're trying to finish off Maureen. They'll manage to do so before the backup of Falcons can do anything.
Collapse has had some games this tournament that I've seen that he's struggled. This is most definitely not one of them. This is TI form Collapse.
And he's ready to keep going. They back up, they smoke up. They're ready to jump on the mid again and Falcons show themselves.
Such heads up play, right? He didn't show the blink top. Immediately when he got it, TP's mid and punishes the move that Falcons comes in with. Another quick surround there that we see from Spirit. Very well prepared in this early game.
We're gonna see if maybe they catch someone around the bottom side.
I mean, Snaking, he wants to take care of this ward. But Collapse, he's in the area.
Probably gonna cost Snaking his life. Collapse. Find another.
Snowballing out of control already on this Slardar.
Dire's top tower
Tango
is under
defusal
attack.
is finished up. So I mean, Amar, he's having the best game out of everybody as this offlaner at the moment.
He's gonna have to do a lot of heavy lifting, it feels, in terms of turning up to these fights and trying to put a stop to it's just an absolute rampage that Collapse is on so far.
Dire's bottom tower.
He can run into some issues where he can get burst though, right? Into the Slardar, Corrosive Haze stun, and if he gets cold snapped, you can't get your Rolling Thunder off as effectively. You just get cold snapped constantly, it keeps poking you. And then there's a Tornado actually follow up too because the build that he's gone for, so he can constantly interrupt to prevent Amar to get these spells off. Blink is done. The Falcons, they do have this timing for Maureen, but it has been slowed down by at least 2 minutes, it feels like. See where they want to go with it.
What kind of reveal can they find with it? At the moment, Brew and Laurel continue to show in the mid.
Maybe tough to go for Laurel. He is not fragile anymore. That's a 1400 HP Invoker with this Dominator plus Point Booster build. You may not finish him off if you even go with an Epi.
And he's just going to grab the blink, so not going to attempt to try for any sort of surprise play. And I guess it knows that it's very likely Spirit will expect the blink daggers to be on him now anyway.
Yep, he's tracked up. So when they track, they see he has 0 gold, right? So they know immediately anyway.
Gonna find my posture. I mean, Collapse is watching, wondering if they can maybe turn this into something.
They're sacking him.
So yeah, they'll let Posture go.
Get themselves on the board. It's been some time since they were able to find much, actually. Just took a move toward the mid. There's that epicenter, but Laurel is absurdly tanky.
Yeah, very. I mean, they barely got him down to less than half HP there with that epicenter attempt from Maureen.
I mean, to be expected though, right? It's literally 1500 HP Invoker. The Epi does not do that much without a follow-up, in particular this early. connecting every single pulse is just not realistic. Versus an Invoker this early on. Right.
He's going to get caught. Collapse are going to try and jump in and help out, but the Metamorphosis is up from Skeeter. So Team Spirit, they won't want to take this fight.
Collapse.
Comes in with a burst strike, Maureen. Collapse. Can he continue to run from this? They're all chasing him, but he's going to be fine. Blink Dagger's going to be up in a second. Collapse is away.
It's good that he started to disengage almost immediately. I think he questioned
Bottom though.
Hamar.
He's able to get him with the dive and get the kill behind the tier 2 tower. Lal TP's in, but the damage has been done. They've lost the carry.
Solo kill.
Can Amar get out though?
Radiant's top tower
Low on the
is under
mana.
attack. Radiant's
Bruce
top
here to
tower
help out
has
as well. Further TP's coming in. Amar
He's going down.
running out of options. Collapse. For the jump. Amar.
Make him work for it a tiny bit. No neutral denied for you. 3-man track kill.
Another one for Collapse. 6-0-1 so far.
We'll have to start, racking those up, right? The track kills that will start being there also, Rue. We'll start getting some extra gold, of course, for the team. Tips him as well. And the offlaners are having quite a start to the series.
Yeah, they're both pretty insanely farmed.
Amar's, the fact that he got that kill, right, just boosted him all the way up there, and that game state gold at least dead even now after all this.
Some nice stacks here for Maureen. Help jump him up a little bit.
Building up to a beautiful mid-game, that is. Of course, as we mentioned, for Falcons, their team fight is going to be very strong when they have these two Blink Daggers, and they do connect. That being said, though, Spirit, they have the power of being able to pick and choose their battles based off of information at times. We'll see if they do get the scouting, in particular, before those fights kick off, and see how much Rue can do on this Bounty Hunter. Because if there's these head 5-on-5 fights, it looks very difficult for the side of Spirit. But if they can pick a hero off, then things will be definitely different as Falcons. They're going to look to smoke up. Both these Blinks are at the ready, and they have an Arcane Rune from Maureen.
Let's see who they can find. Moment, not many around this area. Collapse the closest.
Looks like they want to get a kill into the tower. There is a Dominator creep, which is just completely stopping the push on its own.
Quite damage rune as well here for Collapse.
Radiant's
Body
middle
shard
tower
now too,
is
so
under
that
attack.
it's gonna hurt. His crushes are really gonna hurt early on.
Dire are scanning.
Falcons unlikely to find a kill with this smoke. Tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It's arrested.
Able to avoid this move completely.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, should have the Aghanims online for the next fight. Tora has the progress going for him. I believe he's got the Miyone recipe coming out in the courier, so pretty significant damage output that Spirit can bring to the team fight.
Yeah.
If Yatoro wants to get involved and finds it safe enough to do so.
And let's see how powerful the Wex Aghanims is overall, right? The shard on Wex is super powerful. It is like the thing that you want for it in particular, but not something you want to get first because it makes your EMP, vacuum them in. It makes you do even more damage because of the percentage change. But the Aghanims one is something that's been experimented a lot. I'm going to mention Weehan particularly, though he's not here, of course, but I'll give him the shout out because he's the one doing it a lot in pubs. But it's a bit of a strange one because it's kind of like this farming one, but it's also a blink canceller because it leaves these tornadoes in the back. So there's some hidden potential to it. Collapse.
Really the jump on him. Well, they've done it to lock him down. Collapse. He's going down. Askeeta's able to find the kill. A big one for him. They're going to be likely to pick up Rue as well. Falcons quickly pushing the two of those off their side of the map.
Nice.
A lot of money there for Skeeter getting that last touch on the Collapse kill.
Long of the days since Skeeter got solo killed now. He is pretty much tied in net worth out that slaughter.
Maureen.
He's in.
He's able to get the jump onto Lal. We'll see if they have enough damage this time round. Miposhka's able to hold Grip back.
Is under attack.
Lal, he'll be able to walk away from this one. Again, not quite having enough follow-up after the epicenter to try and bring the Invoker down.
Nice quelling, Miposhka. Doesn't get caught by the bushwhack there. Again, tanking that epicenter.
Lal may be thinking about getting back in on this. Be the fastest Aghanims that we've seen so far here on the road to the International on Invokers.
Let's see how much it does with the Wex. I'm really curious to see it since I believe it's one of the first, if not the first here, on the Wex Invoker here.
Looking for the setup onto Amar. Collapse. Coming in with the backup.
It's got backup, Amar.
King is around to help out. Yatoro TP's in. Amar caught in the sprout. Will go down.
3-man track again.
Same time, top Lal. Looking to lead in. Miposhka. Gonna sort of be the bait. Has Lal got enough damage there to help out? He does not. Miposhka shot down by Crit.
So it's on both sides. 9-8 right now.
You know, on account of not dying.
Rue immediately going through the portal. Looks like Spirit. This is great how the pacing that we're having. I swear a lot of these other games have been quite slow, but this one, both teams just looking for the kills all over the place. Collapse and Rue paired up, looking for their next target. This tower, it's actually surprising this tower is still alive, right? I think perhaps maybe they should have gone for this a little sooner, just taking that one out so they could have pressured more, but the fact that it stayed alive that long after Collapse got these solo kills is a big deal. Toro, we're going to see the buff ups, right? Now we can start to mention a couple of them because he's going to get more involved. There's that Bloodlust. We'll see the Corrosive Haze that amps him up. We'll see the Alacrity at some point too. And this is a max Wex Alacrity too, so the attack speed's going to be absolutely insane. Look pretty funny, actually. Crit Shard is finished up, so yeah, as we saw before, the Boomerang, he does have that Amplify for the Sanking now at this point. Almost an Ags also for Malrine. They're hitting some pretty big timings on the side of Falcons.
Tower is under attack.
How are the BKBs for Spirit? That's probably, I would say, the go time for Spirit.
Yatora's very close, right? It's got the hammer. Oh no, has it got the hammer on?
I think it's somewhere.
No, I think he queued up and then he put the Ogre Club first instead. Okay. Because I think he, even though it's not queued up, I think he does still need to purchase a hammer. So still a fair bit away from having a full BKB. Okay.
I think that's the big timing, though, because that's, you know, the way to counter big team fight in a way, right? You can match it sometimes with those BKBs. Falcons.
Kind of a freebie there.
And it's Tormentor time.
And they can maybe see if they find more. Lal. They're gonna have eyes on him. Quick with the Bushwhack setup. Burst trying to follow up into the sharpshooter. Lal. The turn with the tornado. Drop the EMP down. Backup comes in from Yatoro. Lal, fine for now. But Skeeter stepping up with the metamorphosis. Lal taken out by the final right click flying through there from Skeeter.
Falcons getting quite a bit of big kills here. They can look to back up and Tormentor if they want to. The bounce. Max damage onto Crit.
But there's something there to be picked up by Yatoro in return.
Did he still try? He was, right? That damage. All right. Yeah, absolute max tick that he was able to get there. Now maybe they can't go back for that Tormentor since all the Spirit is coming back. Wisdom. Looks like Falcons is thinking about contesting the Shrine here.
They don't have the meta to fight with. Still on quite the cooldown for Skeeter.
Can't quite go for it there. Looks like they'll back up. They'll go for the Tormentor, but Spirit, considering if they want to fight up there, or maybe at least try to steal it.
It's going to go down very quickly. Falcons able to secure the shard in for Malrine. Team Spirit, they're looking for the jump. Straight away, they're going to go all in on the Sand King. He'll get the Burst Strike off. Malrine trying to back off Sunstrike, coming in with a blink. It's there in time, doesn't matter. Sprout comes down from Yatoro. They kill Malrine off.
Heads up jumps. Instantly going for it. Have to keep factoring this thing, right? Track kills. Yes, it's still in level 1, so it's not as much, but hey, it does. Every little thing matters. Waiting to see what Miposhka wants to go for. He hasn't queued it up yet, but
it's got to be tempting to get that minus.
He's queued it up now. I was waiting for it.
You're playing here against Falcons. You know that this game's got a good 40 minutes at least left in it.
You're playing versus Chen, too. Right? Multi-Midas on some of these Chen armies.
I take out his whole armor, yeah.
Why not? Okay, here are the BKBs. So Collapse, he's got it finished. Yatoro, he's got it finished. How is Laurel? Laurel's not going to go for it. He's going to go more normal Invoker route. Yeah, these two BKBs could absolutely enable them to be able to fight back into these ultis. That word continues to just be dead even this game.
It's a close one.
It's super close. I think most of the games that we've had, a lot of the games that we've had, they're pretty 50-50 by this 20-something minute mark, so kind of a perfect scenario that we've got going on here.
Spirit looking ready to go again.
Yeah, it looks like it.
We go with the smoke. See who they can find.
Rue also has a Vessel finished. No charges, but something to keep tabs of since he's playing versus that Invoker heal.
Falcons, they're not afraid to fight either. They have the Metamorphosis to the ready, and they're able to get the jump on and Collapse in the mid lane. Power Strike into the Rolling Thunder. Collapse caught out. Completely controlled. No opening there to get his BKB off.
They know priority.
And they're ready to push for more Falcons. Spirit, they're hovering around, considering trying to take this fight still. Tornado coming down the middle of them. Falcons, they'll be able to split up. EMP does come in hard onto Skeeter. Pretty much takes out his entire mana pool.
He does have ways to get mana back, though. He has mana draft. He has magic wand charges, so they might swing back around and look to go.
Falcons still feel strong. They'll happily take this fight into a spirit without collapse. They're going to find him. Quick jump with the Power Strike. That's Rugon as well.
And the Pushka.
Pushback connects. Falcons. We are likely to find a third. Time Loss comes out. Miposhi, can he run? He's got the back of a Yatoro coming in. The Spirit, they have to be careful here.
So close. Nice sidestep there from Miposhka.
A retreat under the tier 2. Wait for the teammates to get back in. Collapse turns to the fight, but still brutal down for 15 seconds. Falcons, though, they're happy with that.
Yep, they can't get into the pit, though. The constant fighting, the constant contention that's coming out from Spirit there will prevent them from getting that Aegis. And Yatoro instantly goes to the opposite side of the map. He is having a pretty good separation between him and Terrorblade at this point. 2,000 gold differential. And we have to mention these buffs. They kind of both have raid boss buff, though. Didn't really mention too much about for the Terrorblade, but he's got a Chen, right? So there's always going to be the row of buffs that he's going to be getting from the army, unless it gets Midas to clear it out, so...
We are seeing one thing in favor of Spirit in these fights is that Falcons, with the plays that they've gone, they're kind of having to drop everything down onto
Collapse.
if they see Collapse,
Yeah.
right? And if they're throwing everything onto Collapse, highly likely that Yatoro on this incredibly farm Nature's Prophet will have the freedom to TP in where he wishes in this fight and not really be a threat of anything else. Falcons, they've got to make sure they've got something saved for when the Nature's Prophet turns up.
No, absolutely. I mean, they can't let them get those BKB windows off, though. They're going to go for that type of play on the collapse there. Aghanims finished up now for Amar. His timings are still continuing to be pretty solid. And okay, so you can also mention Lucky Shot, right? So that's another amplification that they do have for the Terrorblade too.
And the mid. Quick jump. Under the tier 2, they don't mind. They take the kill quickly.
The damage burst on both sides is pretty crazy, but Falcons feels quite a bit higher, I would say, in terms of both magical and physical. Spirit can do it if they get the Crush combo with the Nature's Prophet there, but I feel like Falcons can do it a lot easier with any type of combos.
With the Roshan here for Falcons. Spirit not really position to head over. Lars TPing over to the tier 2. We'll see if he starts to make any sort of movement to the pit, but it doesn't seem likely, so should be a free Aegis here for Falcons.
What do you give it to? Do you want to give it to the Terrorblade? See if that transformation, right? Looks like they will. Figures anyway. An amp damage up top now, too.
Ooh, that's quite a nice one for Falcons to immediately make a play with if they wish.
Yeah, Malrine, he's got it in the bottle. He's ready for that. Collapse. Halfway to Aghanims. Getting stronger and stronger. Yatoro also getting closer and closer toward that big damage item after having his Mjolnir.
I mean, he is massive on this Nature's Prophet. Nearly about 3k ahead of that of the Farmer Skeeter.
I always am very interested to see the Yatoro build because I feel like he has the most different type of builds compared to a lot of players. So I'm wondering which route he wants to go because we used to see people versus Terrorblades go for these Revenant approaches and things like that. So let's see what type of pivot he wants to, if there's any, or if he just goes complete standard.
He's going to be a problem. There's Nature's Prophet.
He most definitely is.
He's that far ahead, not just on the gold, the farm, but also on the XP, right? He's coming up to level 21 against Skeeter's level 17. Like, Yatoro's getting quite the space.
I feel like the priority of dunking ultis is going to quickly get shifted onto him, obviously, instead of Collapse,
they have to try and poke out a reaction in the fight that causes Yatoro to TP in and then drop the real jump onto the Nature's Prophet. Because if they don't, Yatoro is very close to pretty much just being able to clean up each and every one of them with how much farm he has on this Nature's Prophet carry.
Especially if he gets any of these buffs, right? The Corrosive Haze thrown on a couple enemies, or Alacrity of Bloodlust, it is absolutely all going to start add up. Keep snaking. Okay, still no shard for him, of course, but I'm going to always keep tabs of Snay, which creeps he has, and also if he does get that shard, because bonus armor, all these things are really going to matter in this game. I see he's been hanging on to this Ice Ogre for quite a long time, so really wanting to make sure that he can give even just a bit of extra armor for his allies versus that physical of Spirit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Traded the Shrine of Wisdoms. Push continues from Falcon's top. 3 minutes of Aegis.
Are they going to force it? I think they can try to force
they
them
could
back
definitely go down and press meta and just see what happens.
Exactly. I think that's what they're going to do here. Start poking at least with the illusions.
There we go.
Dire's bottom tower is
Spirit.
under attack.
What's the plan going to be?
Radiant
Vacation comes
structures
out.
are fortified.
Let's start rotating back.
Damage here from Skeeter.
Gotta answer it at some point. Let's drop it quickly.
He'll TP back now.
Is under attack.
Laurel it does not have BKB. He's still a little bit short of having it. Next fight could be pretty dangerous for him. He has buyback, but he's very, very vulnerable.
It's good pressure from Falcons with the Sages.
Tornado will be able to cut pretty much that entire wave. One creep is actually still alive. We'll be able to keep that going.
Dire's
Skeeter.
middle tower is under attack.
Laps is watching from the side. Finds a chance to get in the jump. Not quite going to make the connection.
Dire's bottom tower
They forced them
is
all
under
back.
attack.
That's probably the time to back away there on the side of Falcons. Decent amount of structural damage and forcing the entire team of Spirit back.
We'll still have a bit of time where Metamorphosis is back online, and they'll have just under a minute left on the Aegis, so...
Do they smoke out is the question on Spirit.
I think you want to, right? Whilst this meta's down,
I think you do.
and because in terms of what Yatoro, he's got the timing. He could go pick up that Demon Edge, so he'll have this Daedalus, Yone, BKB, Hurricane Pike. 30 minutes in, that's a devastating amount of right-click that Yatoro could bring to the fray.
Yeah. Their magic damage is just, it really is almost non-existent though. Like for Spirit, so...
We jump in the mid.
He'll go down. I feel like we could see Ghost Scepters get picked up from quite a bit of heroes on the side of Falcons. Because it really is, yes, there's a Tornado that can come in, can dispel. There's some magic damage from the Invoker, but most of this damage now at this point is Yatoro's right clicks.
My thrift.
See Malrine, he does have his Ghost Scepter finished up. Going for the BKB next.
Very close to finding Snaking there, but be able to stay out of vision and get back to the safety of the tier 2. And you know that Amar was up here.
Laurel, he is hunting inside this Ghost Walk. I believe his BKB is about to be delivered as well.
Amar?
Yes.
Lead in with the Rolling Thunder.
Or is this the BKB?
See what the plan is here. He's just going to TP out. This is not a place to stick around.
It's Yatoro with no BKB though for 90 seconds. The Hawkins could look to make a play off that.
See what they got. I mean, at the moment, Skeeter and Marine around the mid.
I'd imagine that Falcons is going to immediately smoke and look for a play. I'd be surprised if they don't with that BKB down. So Crit, here comes out. He smokes Amar. No Rolling Thunder for 50.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Skeeter,
Look where they
Skeeter is about to lose the Aegis, and he's very close to having the Skadi. 300 gold off having that final piece here with the ultimate orb.
Okay. He's very farmed too. Full stat heavy. All these auras as well as we keep mentioning. Not going to be easy to bring down. Still looking for this kill. What are they going to run into? Crit. Root breaks it.
Oh, he's
Dire's
around.
bottom tower is
Oh.
under attack.
Yatoro's TPing in.
Yeah, now they're getting
thinking
scared.
about it.
They're backing away. BKB back up in 30 seconds for Yatoro. Bottom tower is getting
Dire's bottom
pushed pretty
tower
hard here
is
from
under
Laurel.
attack.
Thing is, of course, in these fights, even though Yatoro does have this farm advantage, he's going to have to position himself pretty riskily if he wants to try and tackle the Terrorblade. Just down to the fact that, at the moment, Skeeter does have that enchantment of the plus 110 attack range. So when he pops the meta, he should have that range advantage against the Nature's Prophet.
For sure, yeah. And it's definitely not the easiest in terms of positioning when you're playing versus this team fight, right? Versus Sanking, versus Pango, versus even the Hoodwink as well, too. So definitely not the easiest by any means for Yatoro. And there's a lot of sustain. That's the one thing we do have to say, right? The auras and the heals that are going to come in from Snang. He also has a Vlad's. That's a big difference in comparison to Spirit, who does not have that. None of these.
They want to fight this Spirit.
Falcons on the high ground, Rue.
Tornado will
Or people.
catch on to all of them. Rue heading up. Right away, they're there with the shield crash and the swashbuckle. Rue pulling low. Bushwhack holds back Lal. Rue, he's going to get taken out. Spirit, they have to run.
Laurel.
They're not going to get the chance to. Maybe the BKB doesn't matter. They kill him off with the physical damage coming out from Skeeter. I mean, they sort of poked around a bit too much there, Spirit, Lal, and Rue. Pay the price.
I wonder what the choice for them there was, too, because it did not look like there was any attempt of a fight possible. Perhaps they were looking for a pickoff after people TP'd out, but they gave up some big kills. That's the first BKB usage from Laurel as well, too.
And with that, I mean, they could maybe try poking the top set of barracks again here, Falcons.
They might just take this.
And they go.
No Glyph, no Invoker. I don't think Spirit has any means to try to defend this.
That was a very rough move to try and make it to Falcons, and it cost them heavily. Falcons take the top set.
I'm really trying to figure out what... Like, it must have been them just hoping that they had split up there, but that is a really painful move there from Spirit.
Because even if there was less, right?
Right? Like,
Kind of unlikely for those two heroes really to have the damage to kill some of these cores, right?
I mean, they have like the Sunstrike that comes.
Sure.
Even then, right? They have the TP as well from Yotaro, but a risky play that absolutely does not work out for them as they lose their Rex. Always going to be that pressure now on that top side. Falcons, the group up, truly starting to show its power.
I mean, sort of what early game, Skidder was taken out a couple of times, but since then, Falcons as a team have been fighting very well around him, enabling him very nicely in these objectives that they've been able to push for.
I mean, if he can get this butterfly, I don't know what their answer is anymore. I think they're actually already kind of running out of answers, it feels like, for him, in terms of just Yotaro being able to right-click him. It just doesn't look like that easy of a game for him to do so, without the backup of his other two cores. He's got to queue up MKB. Yep. So he probably saw the Eagle. But it could give a window there to Falcons. Decided Spirit just has to be so careful to honestly not die like that again, because the base just dies so quickly.
Amplified damage room for Yotaro.
This is big.
This is tempting to do something. Will, of course, be in towards the available metamorphosis, so it's not necessarily the easiest timings to go for.
And let's see if they can even get to finding a location of a kill, because I'm seeing Snaking. He's cutting creep waves with the Croaker in the mid lane.
It's just hard because overall Falcons group up this game has just been slightly superior.
Yep.
You know, multiple times where maybe Spirit might have been able to try for a pickoff. It's just not happened because Falcons, they have been prepared.
And look at, super prepared, and look at the auras. I wanted to wait until Snake got the shard. He got it from this last Tormentor. He's got all of them. Cloak aura, damage aura, armor aura, plus his Mac, plus his Vlad, so great boss buffs across the board for his team when they are all grouped up. And as we said, the buffs that they have on the side of Spirit, they're single target buffs. So, that Alacrity and that Bloodlust. I guess Bloodlust can be, of course, put on multiple, but you get what I mean. Smoke coming out. Falcons looking to make the play, probably to get the positioning for this Roshan.
Spirit are relatively split up.
This could be dangerous. Falcons checking out the pit. How long's it got? About 30 seconds or so, it looks like. I'm having trouble reading. Oh, no, it's right now. Sorry, I was having trouble reading that one. They didn't see it pop. They weren't in the pit.
Spirit's starting to group back up, and the jump's already been made. They find Maposhka and Falcons. They blow up the Ogre immediately.
Deleted. There's a split push coming down bottom, but Snaking can handle it with his creeps. That Roche is up. 45 seconds, no Maposhka. Snaking.
Scout things out, but nothing to be seen so far in the pit.
At level 25, Yotaro has hit. He will always be able to turn up, and I believe that is the MKB finish.
Yeah, pretty much in time, in sync with the butterfly pickup. So Yotaro will at least immediately have that answer online.
And he did get the alert tier 4, so he does have that extra attack range from it. Not going to exactly match the Terrorblade, but a bit of a better one. But a 5-level advantage from him over the Terrorblade right now, which is pretty cool.
Spirit, they really want to try and fight this, but they still don't have the full roster up for 5 seconds with Maposhka on the side. Falcons, though, are a bit hesitant on fully committing for the Roshan, respecting the fact that Spirit are likely in the neighborhood, looking to make a jump.
Gonna smoke around, Skidder. EMP will not connect on anybody.
Got Maposhka back by their side now. Maposhka trying to bait here, see what sort of reaction he can get out from Falcons.
Hard approach from Spirit.
We collapse in room, maybe want to try and look for this wraparound, but it is risky. Heading into the high ground. They're going to try, Rue. Skidder's going to get back in the pit.
Looking for the long wraparound. Rue is trying his best to get info. The Roche is dropping.
It's falling very quickly. The tornado will come in. Mosquito's able to sidestep and jump in for collapse. He can look to see who can get a kill, and he gets the pick up collapse. collapse. Comes in just in time. Deafening blast, pushing back Skeeter. Skeeter. And the panic for now, Yatoro. Pick up the backline supports and now ready to turn his attention over to Skeeter with the damage coming out. But in this Nature's Prophet, Skeeter does not stand a chance. The patience there from Spirit as they get that wrap around. Collapse makes the jump at the perfect time. They're ready to start pushing.
Yatoro
and Marine are ready to defend. Put the chain stun, but not quite enough. The BKB's up. Yatoro's trying to find a lifesteal target here. Gets a few punches into Amar. Yatoro's going to be fine. Amar will manage to finish off Law, but Yatoro's heading in, trying to close it on towards the Pango. Amar will be able to just keep his distance.
TPing.
He's coming in. He knows where Amar's likely to go. He's going to find him. Yatoro gets the kill.
What a play. That was insane. They
used the courier.
They used
the gem.
The EMP to pull them out of the pit a bit there, right? And then Collapse jumps in and crushes and steals Aegis and last hit.
Unlucky there for Rude. Didn't quite get the angle with the force staff.
That was such an insane play there from Spirit getting the wraparound. That was beautiful.
And now they're ready to push the base.
Look at the graph, Owen. Are you ready to see it?
And this is Amar's dead for nearly a minute. This bottom set of barracks, it's gone.
The swing is unreal. What a wraparound there from Team Spirit.
I mean, Yatoro's ready to start bringing in the mid as well. Down to the tier 2, Lars going to have the full Octarine ready for the next play. Marine and Crit looking to try and get Collapse off the barracks. Yatoro's ready to TP in and help out. Finish off the objective, get the full set bottom. Skeeter is back up.
What a hit.
See, once again here.
And look at this predict too.
Knows exactly where he's likely to go, that he'll head up the stairs, look for the blink north. But TP's in a position where he'd be able to find him either way that Amar goes.
Damn. That was so beautiful. I'd have to like re-look at that Roshan fight 2 or 3 times, but yeah, just the EMP pulling them out, waiting for the perfect moment when it was getting low, and yeah, Collapse gets the crush plus the steal. Him and Rue getting that sneak around was everything to get the positioning.
Falcons got to piece things together very nicely to try and have a punch back now.
Yep. Lost a lot of timing that they probably felt like they were in a good advantage with. Super cool play. Now so much that Spirit got off of that, right? 10,000 plus gold, full items finished, Collapse now with this. I mean, he had the Nullifier almost finished up before, but an extra 2,400 gold on top. Everyone finished a full item.
And I love this build. I love a good Gleipnir on an Evoker, especially when you get the days and... Lal knows. The AoE and the spells are going to be insane.
Good luck avoiding that EMP.
Yeah, you just straight up aren't going to be able to. It's going to be the whole screen.
Lose your entire mana pool as well, too, as we see how much it does do if it does connect. Explosive move from Spirit. Opening up the game for them beautifully. Now 10,000 gold advantage in the game, and it's a 10,000 gold lead for Yatoro over the Terrorblade.
Yeah, they have to kill this Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
Somehow. Some way. If they don't, Yatoro, I tell you, he's eyeing up a rampage this game. He's definitely got the items to do so.
You got to isolate him now at this point, though, as we see. If he's able to just free hit, he will kill everybody. We saw that exactly last time. Even through the auras, because of the way that they just approached that fight. Falcons now. Maybe unsure where to go. Very devastating
Dire's
lost
top
fight.
tower is under attack.
Still a minute left on the Aegis for Collapse too. Almost having, he got so much. He almost has an AC after this Nullifier. To be able to match the AC of Amar too.
Falcons, what is going to be the play for them? Is it going to be a sit back and wait and go for the high ground defense, or are you trying to smoke out on the map, find some sort of way of potentially catching Yatoro separate from the rest of the team?
The problem is that because Yatoro had this insane level advantage, at 5 levels over the TB, I mean, now he's, what, 7 levels over. It's just hard for you to ever find him by himself. Sorry, 8 levels over in about a second. It's hard for you to find him isolated. Oh, he's going to be joining in with the team. That's a good shard also. It's going to block a lot of this damage, if there is even any that will connect onto Yatoro. Reen, Refresher is finished up. That's a pretty big timing here. But they're going to have to do some kind of crazy kiting in particular. Because 100ing, like, killing Yatoro 100 to 0 feels pretty complicated, but if they can somehow kite his Satanic, could be a possibility.
And just to sort of go back again on the vision front, it's just so difficult, right, for Falcons in the fight to match the level of information that Spirit's heroes are able to provide one another. Like, how do Falcons try and take a fight with a vision advantage and set it up in a way so they can be prepared to watch out for where Yatoro TP's in?
They just can't get really initiated on is the big thing. If they get the start of the fight, it could be quite different.
Malrine?
Malrine, front line. Collapse has a shield rune. Yatoro.
Collapse might still... No, he's not going to be able to find the jump now. Illusion comes in.
Close. Yatoro almost got the vision. I think he caught vision of just Malrine there. Beauty of the MP level 25. He's in, he's out, he's back with his team.
Malrine's thinking about doing this. He's going to drive for it. Get the jump on a Collapse, but there's a shield rune and a BKB that Collapse is easily able to survive with. First epicenter down the drain.
Did use his BKB though. But yeah, lost only 500 of that shield rune. Falcons, you can see how difficult it is for them to approach that next fight now. Toro keeps every single lane shoved in
so much
hard.
money.
He can just go
get the Axe Blessing next.
Sure, he already ate the Moon Shard, so.
That's true, actually. That's pretty much all he's got left to do. Yep.
Strong game for it, too. He's playing versus a Terrorblade with no BKB. Yeah, the TB's got a Dispel with the Manta, but you can still get that root onto him. It can be very effective. Same thing versus all the rest of the heroes.
Has at least also got the Satanic as well now on the way out.
Oh, he's got it coming. Okay, so secondary way to get rid of it at least. But he's all in. He has spent all his gold.
And that's the thing, right? He has the survivability, the spells, but outdoing the damage of the Prophet is going to be very hard in the mid. They'll get the catch on Rue.
Falcons just has to be very kind of together as a unit, just making sure that they can protect Skeeter. They can't have that fight happen the last one where it was just the chaos, right? That's what ended up happening. It was just fights on 3 different fights. 3 fights on 3 different fronts that kind of broke them apart there, so.
I mean, if you Falcons, you try and poke out this potential bounty buyback. Of course, we can see that doesn't have it available, but just see what happens.
Have to try, yeah.
See what they can do here, 5 versus 4.
This is their strength, right? When they have the setup. When they can set up the whole team in this type of position, this is when they're strong.
It's rolling. Let me get the setup here on Yatoro, but Yatoro still able to put the beacon in. Now the buyback's up and available for Root. Comes in straight away with the buyback. Falcons, they'll back off for now.
Collapse still has his BKB if he wants to chase. Malrine.
They're holding the high ground. Malrine's ready to get him with the epicenter. Makes the jump here with the first strike over the walls. Collapse. He'll get the cross jump. The push right there. Forward to the fall. They've locked him down. Collapse is gone.
He did a BKB.
Multiple cars, Fire Blast on towards Amar. Amar still able to back away up to the high ground to survive. Sunstrike coming in off the mark though. Amar will live. Only just though.
Collapse didn't get the BKB off. Maybe he was because he had an instance where he couldn't.
Oh, he wants to go for the kills. He's just going to TP in on top of them. He's ready to try and take them all on. He kills off Amar. He TP's back out. He gets out, has left looks on Alar on the front line. Alar will pay the price for that. And Pushka's actually going to come in with the buyback. Rue heading in. Yatoro wants to continue to fight on, despite the fact they have the numbers advantage at the moment on Falcons.
Yatoro
strike catches Yatoro. His slide back trying to heal up, but he's dead. Spirit take a rough fight here. Yatoro may be getting a bit ahead of himself. I mean, obviously he's massively farmed, but he wanted to do that, Fogged.
He kind of baited his team and felt like a little bit there. He felt his power, but the rest of his team was like, oh, we feel the power too, and quickly they got gone on.
That is a rough move. That's going to hurt them a lot.
Push commencing again, and this was all the chase because there was no Terrorblade, right? The TB didn't have his meta, so they wanted to get as much out of it as possible.
Yeah.
But now meta's back up.
It's pretty much going to be back up. Here comes the push. Lal's going to have to come in with the buyback.
Oh, boy. Falcons able to set up for the push, and it works out beautifully there. 60 seconds, no bounty. Extracts. We'll fall.
Stop. They'll back off.
That's a big hit, though.
Oh, that really is that. You know, they had sort of a crazily good fight around this Roshan area earlier, and then a crazily not so good fight there from Spirit. But it cost them heavily.
Their position got just so broken. They kind of charged in to help Yatoro, then Yatoro's like, I'm out, guys. And yeah, it hurts them so much there. As Falcons now, they can commence again for another play. Collapse on the sideline here.
He's got a BKB.
Can he get out?
I don't know. It's still a lot of damage. He's got the outworld to start buying a bit of time. The MP will hold back him up now, but Amar's able to get the Rolling Thunder off. He's going to try and stay on top of Collapse. Collapse blinks down to the low ground, goes for the TP out. He'll make it. But my goodness, it feels like they're playing with fire right now, folks.
Every time somebody shows, there's so much burst that's
dangerous.
available, and just so many stuns too. It's just if you do get caught from one stun, there's actually enough for them to chain stun in most of these situations on Falcons to kill them. Now Roche, this is a big one. This is the refresher.
I mean, they are going to want to try and get out and do something about the Spirit. Last time the Roche play went very nicely for them.
Let's see if they can get that positioning again.
It's going to be difficult though this time.
Maureen.
He's ready with an epicenter if anyone comes anywhere close. In fact, he just goes for it. Starts to hold the back, jumps over towards Miposhka. That's the Ogre gone. Now turns his attention over towards Lal. Most support's dead. Collapse will try and look towards Amar, but Amar's able to get the roll up. Yatora trying to make the damage, but Amar can keep his distance. And Yatori's stuck in his own sprout, but he's got Lotus back onto him. He's in with the bow strike. That's Yatoro gone. Triple kill for Maureen, and they're not done yet, Falcons. They'll look over to Collapse. He'll try and slither away. Lal in trouble. The shield crash from Amar finishes Collapse off. Lal incredibly low. The buybacks have to be used here by Spirit.
Skeeter will hold this ground. Big buybacks.
They're crumbling, folks. Spirit
can't get into the fights. They lost the two supports instantly. Maureen just deletes them with the epicenter. Yatoro, he needs all the extra help he can get to be able to stand his ground now at this point. Falcons, they've got everybody alive. They still have time to continue this push.
Oh.
Ooh, look at this bottom.
Well, he's got a rapier, folks.
Sneaky. Maureen.
Back up with Collapse.
He's got the ghost sector, but it's nullified.
It's a dead Maureen. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Rapier, Nature's Prophet. Ready to go here from Yatora.
The base, the tier 4 is going to die.
Blaster pushed them back. I mean, they're going to look for this rat play.
They absolutely
Lal
are.
has the level 2 bots, but the sharpshooter's in. He's out for 100 seconds. They're trying to push up here towards the ancient, but Skeeter is ready to defend. Collapse. Upon the BKB, try and run. He'll go for the TP out. They've got a way to stop him through the BKB. They don't. Collapse makes it away, and Yatora, he's looking to finish off the Rosha. He's into the pit, and he's going to have the space to get this. So Yatora will have the Aegis to keep this Rapier safe for the next fight.
This is absolutely crazy. He denies the refresher shard with the creep.
He's just got to get out of there.
But he does.
And he will.
Gets the cheese.
Or they're holding on.
Refresher shard gets killed.
He's got the money for the Moon Shard as well. A Moon Shard for his buddy, honestly. He's going to buy that for Collapse.
No. He wants another item. He's probably going to switch something out still here at this point. Still potentially.
What does he switch out? Okay, what's the
butterfly? For the butter. Yeah,
I like
it. Be pretty good versus.
Obviously, managed to play this game earlier, getting the MKB to match the butterfly of Skeeter, and now even getting the butterfly himself in the Nature's Prophet means now Skeeter's got to consider trying to get an MKB into his build to match it.
And all in the meanwhile, Falcons is going to always have to remember that those tier 4s dropped.
Yeah.
So there is that potential for the rat play that can come in from Yatoro.
It's a hard-hitting rat as well. I mean, obviously the glyph is up at the ready.
It is. But they can't use it at the wrong moment, and they have to be very careful who's back there to defend it. Yatoro is pretty strong versus 3 or 4 of the heroes. If they're together, sure, they can kill Yatoro, but if he's in this like 1v1, 1v2 scenarios, he's going to be able to take out most of them. This game is wild.
I feel like with the last 2 plays that Spirit kind of tripped up, and they're just trying to make this game even more entertaining.
Absolutely. I mean, they can do some crazy type of plays as we saw there, right? Collapse and Yatoro alone can kill almost anybody in a fraction of a second.
Yeah, the damage for this Nature's Prophet is unmatched right now. And with this Rapier, MKB, Butterfly, Daedalus.
And Collapse, he did hit 25.
Okay.
So nothing's going to be able to get that corrosive haze off anymore.
Yeah, look at that. It's actually very close there between the top 2, both Yatora and Maureen being the heaviest hitters right now in terms of damage output.
Mark.
He's going to get the opening onto Collapse. KB immediately, and back to the base for Collapse.
Very quick play there from Collapse. You see that? He's heard the Rolling Thunder, and he uses the crush on the floor to give himself status resistance. He gets the puddle. Both teams is very on top of the little plays right now. This next fight could be absolutely everything. It's Aegis, 3 minutes still for Yatoro.
While just trying to get one of these side lanes consistently pushed in, so there's always that opportunity for the backdoor protection to go away and for the rat potential to open up for Yatoro.
He's got level 32. I think he got it a couple minutes ago. So these treants...
Oh, they're going to push the lanes pretty hard.
Yep. Sure, it's not the treants that we all absolutely hate so much.
But they're still pretty darn good.
Everything adds up. They're going to start sieging toward top. And if it gets forgotten about again, we definitely see potential for these buildings as Falcons set up for bottom. It's a long meta. So to point out, Skeeter did hit 25 also now. Took him a little longer, but... He's got that plus 30 seconds for the fight also.
And I mean, I'd imagine as well. So Skeeter with this 5,500 gold coming up, he's Does he pretty much have to consider getting the MKB in because of this butterfly?
I don't think so.
You think you can still play without it?
I think you can still play without it, yeah. They have so many different ways to just control him, and then just eventually he will die. Yeah, sure, the evasion might be a little annoying, but I do think he'll be able to get through it.
Still a couple of minutes left on this Aegis. Spirit.
So much gold saved up on people.
Got to have these buybacks ready.
Yeah.
Of course, as the buyback situation is on the screen, we see that Falcon's very comfortable across all 5 heroes.
Yep.
But Spirit, not so much.
Collapse, the big one that's missing it. Laurel, of course, too, but I would feel like Collapse's impact has been quite a bit higher this time, so his is much more important. Smoke's coming out. Spirit.
Could be risky fighting without the luxury of the buybacks. At the least, if they can maybe get a quick kill, force out a buyback, and then back off successfully, Spirit will be happy with this move.
It's eyes on Collapse and Yatoro if they're going to pretty much instantly delete somebody. Laurel?
Marine. In position on the high ground. Very difficult for Spirit to approach here.
Tornado will clip, give some info.
This is well worth noting, snaking. Don't always see it, but Hurricane Pike on the Champ, ready to deal with the Sprouts. Not going to be able to deal with that, though. Yatoro TP's in. Tens Yatoro. Harry's able to get in on top of it with the bar strike. Yatoro will go down the once. The buyback will come out straight away from Snaking. Skeeter set up in the air for now. Collapse moves in with the BKB, stays on top of Marine. Yatoro, he wants to get out of here. He's going to BKB TP out of the fight. He cannot risk losing that rapier, so he'll bail out. Miposhka will fall. If they can get everyone else out of his Spirit, they'll kind of be okay with this.
Collapse.
I mean, so they look for the fight. They get a kill. They get a buyback out. It's not a huge one. It's just snakings. See if Brew is actually out as well.
Wow.
Just before any sort of stun comes back online. So all it cost them was the Aegis and a death on Miposhka.
Yep, and he's got the refresher. He can actually go out and buy it, so he will have double BKB or double Satanic for the next fight. It looked scary for a second because he's on that cliff when he initially dies.
You could tell. Yatoro's probably sweating a little bit when he had to go for that BKB TP out.
He knows he has to just BKB TP because if he dies there, loses the rapier, the game could just become ever so more difficult. So has to ditch Miposhka. Snaking does buy back, so they at least got that out of him there.
It's the push. Potentially. I mean, do you push if you're Falcons?
There's an amp damage top. That could be the indicator to go for it, actually, if they scout it. I don't know if they saw the last rune, but I think they are perhaps going to check. It is looking around.
Spirit, they're getting to
hard to push for
to have a little bit of breathing room again. 1 minute and those buybacks will be intact for themselves.
Okay, Skater, he pings it. So do they have a bottle left over still on anybody, or are they just going to give it to him? He still has it, okay.
Scanning.
So he can hang on to that one for this next fight. Hard to keep track of snaking if he does use this upgraded Hand of God as well too, since we don't really get to see it too often. I think that perhaps is why they jumped him super early on, since it is that new one, since he channels and makes everyone debuff immune around him. But it's a pretty wild one. We'll see if we actually see him get it off, because heroes are dying in a fraction of a second.
I do feel there's definitely going to be a little bit of fear coming out from Falcons when they consider that when that 60 minutes hits, if this Divine
Helm
Rapier Nature's Prophet finds the Helm of the Undying, he might just be able to end the game whilst he's untouchable. I'd say I feel like you don't want to get to that point, but you might have to live with that. Because it's getting close.
The game
56 minutes.
I think the game feels like it's on a razor's edge for either side, really. Like at the moment, Falcons having this advantage because of the double waves pushing in, but also no tier 4 towers on the side of Falcons is devastating if something does go wrong. So it's anyone's game at the moment.
He's going to go for it. He's in. Nullify straight down on towards him. Yatoro bringing in the right clicks, but he's not enough to kill him. Amar's able to roll away. Yatoro's got to consider how to get out of this, but he might not get the chance. Amar's back in the Rolling Thunder. Yatoro will go for the BKB South Sprout and TP out. He'll make it out just in time. Collapse also able to opt for the BKB TP. So they try and poke. They get out Lal.
He's patient. He's like, they don't know.
I don't know if he wants to be here, though.
He's good. He's got Ghost Walk. And with that, no more BKB TP's outs. The Basher, it's finally picked up. He took a long time to buy it on Amar. He was buying all these small items in between. And as we said, the Ghost Scepter now. We're seeing these absolutely come into play on the side of Falcons for some time now, just preventing Yatoro from Satanic hitting a target. Even though they're BKB'd, they're also ethereal. There's that Basher. It will be a lot harder for them to go around these small little BKB plays. Skeeter. Full Aghanims consume.
A little bit spooky that Collapse doesn't have the money for his buyback.
That's true.
1,300 gold short of the purchase. He's ready for the jump. He's going to find Yatoro. Straight over the bar track immediately. Yatoro needs help. He's getting burst so low. He's gone.
He's just gone.
Dead on the front lines there after he gets caught by the jump of Maureen.
Radiant's bottom.
Round 2. Jump forward. They get the stun in onto a mark. Rush to follow up. You're caught by the bashes as well. Yatoro back with the rapier. Move forward here with the fortification coming out. Falcon still hovering around. They just try and make that jump again. The barracks continuing to fall here to the pressure of Skeeter's illusions, and they'll get it. Set of barracks is taken. The mega creeps are out.
Maureen continuing to rev up that epi.
Yatoro's heaping in aggressively. He's having to get the sprouting on towards Skeeter. He's going to try and finish while Skeeter. He's trying to stand his ground, but he's gone. Skeeter falls. Yatoro needs backup, but the damage. These 2K crits coming out from Yatoro. Clean up snaking. Falcon's crit. He's trying to hide in the trees. He can't hide from Yatoro. The right clicks fly through. He'll hold the back momentarily with a bushwhack, but he's dead as well. Spirit at least able to find kills, despite the fact that they do get mega creep.
2K crits, I mean, just eviscerating targets if he can actually hit onto them there. Snaking, no buyback. He's dead for 90. Megas are out, though. Can they deal with them?
I mean, they're going to be able to either push hard or kind of get the map in a state that they'll be the ones to be able to find the tier 5 neutrals first. Roshan is back up as well if Spirit want to try and take that whilst Falcons aren't all up.
Dealing with Megas can still be a problem at all times, even though they have great ways to do it, these heroes. Let's see what they want to do. Falcons will buy back. They're going to look for the fight.
It's a big one there from Skeeter.
Amar.
Opting for the silver edge, so he's got another way to sneak in and out of the action.
Okay. He has to be super careful with his positioning, though, as we saw there. Can get burst to once almost immediately.
Spooky 6 or 7 minutes for both teams now, with both of their carries having the buybacks on cooldown.
And more disables being purchased now, too. Crit now has a hex as well.
He's always going to head straight into the pit here.
This dies instantly.
That's true. They take it down so quickly, the Falcons are barely able to leave their base.
That's the fastest 60-minute road shot I think I've ever seen.
Who's going to grab what? Aegis on Yatoro. Pressure shard's going to be held by Collapse for now.
Pull roots and run.
That's big. Almost a Hex also finished up for Rue soon, so they will have their own way of having that extra disable on top, too. How close did we? Almost 25 on Lara, almost Refresher also on him for that extra control. And these next upcoming fights, just crazy to see how... Who's going to get prioritized in target in particular, right?
Let's see what sort of tier 5s we get coming out. As I said, if Yatoro gets a Helm of the Undying, I've got to imagine that's got to be the best thing for him.
Yeah, I would definitely imagine so. And we did see there, I pointed out our Observer, of course, he's been selling and buying back items. I was going to point them out, but you guys can see it. So BKB sold and bought back in that last fight. Let's see who gets what.
See what he finds. Another 60-minute game. Absolutely crazy to consider how many of these games we've been having so far. Just on the road to the International alone.
Get that one. When we collapse, he'll find the first.
Okay.
That's a big one, too.
Yatoro, what's he got? Doesn't get a Helm of the Undying. Probably
But he got the Regalia.
He's still taking that over the Spider Legs as the carry.
I mean, how all in do you want to go? Does he want to go Regalia plus Audacious?
Yeah. Or do you want to get kind of some movement speed online?
I could see him take the fleet-footed because he has no booties. But we'll see. Up to him, the Eye of the Beholder. Which one does he want? How risky does he want to be?
Choices here for Yatoro.
What would you choose?
Definitely not the movement speed one. Movement speed doesn't mean damage, so... Well, it probably does, actually, technically. But yeah, no one wants to take movement speed.
Maureen, he does get the big one also. Maureen gets the Timeless Helm, so he's got crazy spell amp. Plus
We're getting a few helms.
Oh my god, we have so many helms. He takes the Audacious.
Yeah, and the Regalia. All in on the damage, Yatoro. Here we go.
Look for this damage. This is going to be insane how fast heroes die. He also will die quickly, of course.
Sure.
That bonus damage he's going to be taking is crazy, especially in terms of this game. But I think if he gets caught anyway, he's dead, right, as we've seen.
And imagine Skeeter. I mean, he's got Regalia or Helm of the Undying, surely. Surely Helm of the Undying is just superior, though.
I think so, yeah.
Especially when you see that the enemy carry does not have a Helm of the Undying.
And he does take Boundless. I kind of assumed that he would too. Boundless is actually going to be pretty nice for him, actually. Also for his cast range. The Sunder cast range is going to be massive. Could catch people off guard. Okay, these fights.
How the buyback's looking. still on cooldown right for the carries.
Yep. Snake King finds himself the Wise Book of the Dead, so he's going to get that Wise's experience, right? Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing, though. Spirit are definitely going to want to try and do this whilst they have the Aegis on Yatoro, and they know there's no buyback on Skeeter.
See what they can find. They're also going to die so fast. Remember, that this Helm of the Undying could be completely game-changing who they find.
Lamar, they're on the high ground. Mari's ready to get the jump in, but they've got eyes on him. Collapse makes the jump straight away over towards him. That's him gone. They kill Marine off.
That's the help.
So no takes over towards Lamar. Lamar with the Rolling Thunder will be able to keep his distance. Marine's got buyback available. As the Helm of the Undying comes to an end, he's out for 100.
Perfect pickoff. Immediately, though, the lanes. Even though they have a Nature's Prophet, look at the lanes right now. Falcons have them in a pretty damn good position.
Yeah, that's true. That's a lot of pushing going on with these Necro books.
Snaking is going to start being very annoying. He's sending Necro books on one side and creeps on the other to keep the push going. And then Crit also has Necro book too. And they both actually took Wise Necro book, so you're going to see those levels rack up for the supports on the side of Falcons as well.
This game is
it's going to get long.
Crazy.
This game could go quite long.
You know, there's going to be people tuning in and be like, oh, hang on, Falcon Spirit, 63 minutes, incredibly close game. I thought the Grand Finals was next Sunday. It's that level of game we're getting here from these two teams. But this is an elimination.
And Falcons just Falcons just wants to keep increasing that game time too. That average game time for them just continues to go up.
Radiant
Fleet-footed Book of the Dead now from the Pushka. Wait, how many? Is that 4? Okay, 3 Helm of the Dyings plus a Divine Regalia on the side of it. Ew, look at the neutrals. Ew.
What are we? Yeah.
4 Book of the Deads.
Helm of the Undyings.
5 Helm of the Undyings.
Cheetah, yellow. Cheetah, yellow.
Alright, once you get to these type of late games, no telling what could happen.
The game is still in such a very fragile state for both teams. It could collapse very quickly with the amount of damage both output. If the Terrorblade gets anyone close to these tier 4s in Ancient, it could be game over. And likewise, if Yatoro is able to find a chance to TP over and end it.
There's so many different ways.
It will end very quick.
Yeah, there's so many different ways this game could actually end, right? There could just be a crazy team fight that happens that everybody dies, or there could just be some Rat Dota that happens, or who knows. Anything else big getting picked up? Not really in particular, just the Hex maybe for Laurel. He's hit 25, has AoE Deafening Blast that can actually be pretty helpful. Yeah, we're going to see them. I mean, it's going to be so many creep cutting and creep pushing and stuff, so this game is going to extend for some time.
Some smiley faces in the chat.
Both of them are very ready for these long games.
Oh yeah, they're pumped up and ready to go in these team fights, both teams. Both teams absolutely powering up with every passing minute here.
Snay just having this, he's been keeping these neutrals almost exactly the entire time too, so he's giving himself armor bonus, magic resistance bonus for his team, and then he's doing cooldown reduction for the books and all these other abilities too, so very annoying to play against for sure, as we've seen. Being said, Spirit also, look at the wave push that they've been able to do. Toro up top.
That 25 is going to be quite nice as well from Snake King, right? With the jump spell.
Yeah, and also, if with the Aghanims, it's really interesting how it works too. So. He might actually be, it's a weird way to, you might have to prioritize him in a way, because if he's able to just stand his ground channeling, the rest of the team is going to be pretty powerful right now. Although it doesn't really give them that much, it doesn't give them armor, right? And they're kind of just dying to the physical damage.
So yeah, the magic resist not quite as game-changing at this level.
Debuff is something though. Collapse, sneak in.
That's a little cheeky, but he gets away with it.
Arcane Rune, always one of the better runes at these later stages.
See, you know, this amount of money, Yatoro should be pretty close to being able to get the Ag's Blessing and still have buyback. Yeah, he's pretty much got the gold if he wants to go pick that up.
All this time, too, Amar has been hanging on to a gem. Even though it's 60-something minutes, they need to have this gem on the frontline hero,
Absolutely.
So he has to sacrifice an item slot for it.
Not only just because of Rue, but of course because Yatoro is playing with the Silver Edge.
He's backpacking his AC so they don't see it also here. They're jumping in.
Here we go. Right in, they get the opening onto Yatoro, but Yatoro's still having the BKB off. The Missile Blade holds him back for now. You see Collapse immediately push back on the supports. Gets the jump in onto Crit. Crit will be able to force back to safety. Collapse has got to be careful. His BKB about to come to an end. Murray closes with the burst. Yatoro standing his ground against Skeeter. He's healing up and not enough. Yatoro is dead. The B-ball comes down onto Skeeter. Skeeter's gone. The Helm of the Undying buying him a few extra seconds, but he will inevitably fall.
Skeeter dead. Left also.
With the buyback, he's going to try and make sure they get more. Kills off Maureen. TP out here from the supports. They'll make it away. But now an opening. 2 cores dead on Falcons. And Yatori's not done yet. He's ready to find the third one. TP's over. Kills off Amar as well. The buyback paying off massively. The Spirit, they're more than likely to push down these lanes. See what happens when they force out the buybacks from Falcons.
What's crazy too is that he actually, both times now that he's died, his secondary life is so potent, even without the rapier. He didn't have rapier or divine regalia.
Because he just had to go straight for that play. He did not have time to buy back, pick his rapier back up, and go get those kills.
And he has the disgraced regalia, right? So he lost the audacious, he lost the 20%, and he lost the rapier, and he was still able to clear out those heroes anyway. So his damage is still pretty absurd even without it.
Another Roshan. I'll be able to take that, but surely Spirit are going to have the time here to force out at least 1, possibly 2, possibly 3 of these buybacks that Falcons are sitting on.
Here comes the push.
Holding on here against the Mega Creep Spirit.
Rapier's just chilling.
Where is it?
It's just inside that little tree spot where
he's going to go pick it up now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, here we go.
Absolutely.
Ready to grab the rapier back up.
Thank you.
And get on with the push straight down the mid.
40 seconds.
Dire's middle
Do they want to buy back? When you have this little left, probably not.
Toro's got to be so careful. If he dies, the game could very well be over. The Spirit.
Gets caught from an initial catch. Where's the refresher shard? Okay, Rue has it. I was going to say, they had a refresher shard that he probably wants on Yatoro.
They might have to start backing, because they weren't able to actually put the pressure on in time to force out these buybacks. So Falcons were able to chill.
Yeah, they're back.
And they're going to be able to play for the next 6 minutes with buybacks available, where Yatoro is not going to have his. So
so there's going to be a window, perhaps even. They could wait 4 minutes and go for the play. And then they can have the extra numbers, and there won't be that Aegis on your... If they want to be as careful as possible, they could still just go for the play. But if they want to be as careful as possible, they can't wait 4 minutes.
Obviously, the big thing's coming up as well in just under 20 seconds, right? They can look for that next set of the tier 5s.
True.
So a chance for Yatoro to replace his Divine Regalia and maybe get a Helm of Undying for himself.
True. I was going to say, does anyone else really want to replace their items?
I think it's just mainly Yatoro.
Yeah,
right?
I think
he's going to desperately want to find something different here.
Very hard to keep track of some of this stuff with Miposhka also getting so slotted.
TPing in places like this is a bit spooky. I guess he feels so safe because he has this Aegis. And anytime he shows on the map, it's dangerous.
Falcons.
He's heading up.
They're ready.
That's going to be... Look at Long gets caught. He's in on the front lines. How did he end up there? Long's in trouble. He's caught by the Hex. He's gone. Not the fight that Spirit wanted to be taking here, surely. As the buybacks will come out from the both of them.
Jump on a mark.
Collapse is trying to push up forward. Yatoro in position on the high ground and get the Sprout onto the Skeeter, but Skeeter's able to slide away with the force.
Snaking.
And they're pushing on. They'll get the kill against Snaking, but again, they had to use these 2 buybacks. Marion was considering jumping in from the side, but he was caught by the track.
Yatoro.
And E-Blade burst. Crit. He had to scurry out of the Sprout. Falcons backing away whilst they're outnumbered.
Rue just continued to chase.
He's going to get the 3-man crush. Makes the jump. Has to back away though. Caught by the Hex. Yatoro TP's in aggressively. Crit forces to the side. Scurries up to the high ground. He'll get away.
How is he alive?
Sunstrike off the mark.
How is Crit alive?
These are such risky moves from Spirit.
I can't believe he actually was able to scurry out of that.
Spirit are trying to keep this pressure up with this 2 minutes and a half of Aegis left on Yatoro.
2 buybacks. Laurel and Rue did use it.
Can they get anything here? It is just Snaking that's out of the game, and he has buyback available. They might have to chill things a little bit again, Spirit.
It's going to be that window, Owen. 2 minutes left on this Aegis.
I mean, he's got to get to the jungle. He has to find this new neutral.
See what he can... You have to kill quite a bit of them for the secondary one.
Get these 20 Mad Stones.
Snaking now also is going to have a BKB of his own, so he can BKB hand a god and just... I mean, we've seen a couple times now, every time he hands a god, the game kind of lags out of control, but all of Spirit runs away from it. They're not running into that one to fight into it still.
Swift blink into the build here for Yatoro.
Okay, a little more mobility.
Fly as well for collapse.
Okay. Starting to get these luxury items that you always want to be able to try to get, as we do see him leaving his rapier.
With these butterflies online, is he getting to a point now where Skeeter, because there's already the MKB in play, like, for the Nature's Prophet, I guess at the moment it's in his backpack, but like, did Skeeter switch something out for an MKB against these now 2 butterflies?
I think if there's 2, he might consider it soon, yeah. He will be close to having the gold, literally, to have it and plus buyback eventually at some point. Maybe not yet, but we'll see.
We're going to get that timer in a minute. So 1 minute left on the Aegis, and then there will be that window of about a minute and a half where there'll be no Aegis or buyback on Yatoro's Nature's Prophet.
See how patient they do want to be on the side of Falcons.
If they strike then, that really will be the perfect time to make a move.
Because they'll have 10, right? And they will not have, they'll only have at maximum 8 or 7 on the side of Spirit or whatever, right? So they'll only have the 2 buybacks plus the 5 because they won't have 3 of them.
Toro very close to getting enough Madstone here for the reroll on his neutral.
Very close. What if he doesn't get it, Owen? What if he doesn't get the Undying?
Surely, the RNG says he should.
Stay.
You either get it or you don't, and he didn't get it last time, so he does get it this time.
That's math.
Let's have a look.
Let's see. Hey.
Oh, yeah, one more hit.
There we go.
Okay.
What's he got?
Doesn't get it.
He didn't get it.
He doesn't get it.
That is true. The Regalia takes up a slot, too, so you do lose a chance.
It's true. Yeah.
That could have been it.
Okay, what's the plan? Take the
Stygian
Stygian or the
plus
Spider?
attack range, or what?
He's taking the Stygian, and indeed...
Oh, he took Rude.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, that 18% down on the base attack time does mean your attacks, the speed they fly out really pops off. I mean, look at that.
Aegis reclaimed. They've got the numbers now. Falcons, let's see if they want to do
Here's
that.
the timing.
That potential 10v7.
Yeah, a minute and a half here where they won't have Yatoro. Indeed, on top of that, both Lal and Brew unavailable with the buybacks. This is the time for Falcons to strike.
It's only 80 seconds that they have to be able to do that with the numbers advantage, at least over Yatoro, Second Life in particular. Shield run up top.
I mean, Yatoro, of course, with the timing of the game's got to, he can re-roll again, right?
True.
He's going to take the 30 Madstone. He's desperately trying, the RNG on his drops haven't been great. Sometimes it's the way in the gaming world.
Creep waves all getting shoved in.
Gotta find that rare drop.
The Deads. Collapse is getting so much gold from these Book of the Dead, just keeps buying new items.
Here's the jump. They're able to get the opening onto Lal. They're putting him on the front, but Lal's able to get off the BKB with the help of the Eon Disc. He'll pull back to the fountain. Waited there though for the dash coming to the tier 4s. Hex into the blast over towards him. Murray gets the jump, collapses in trouble on the front lines, collapse. He'll fall. He's out of the game, does have buyback available. Gonna crush off.
Bard, controlling the backline.
Rue's in trouble. He's gonna be out without buyback. Lal will survive again. But now Rue, he is truly gone for 2 minutes.
Just Amar with the creeps actually together did so much damage to the bounty hunter. She was able to bring him down. 2 minutes.
They're definitely going to want to make this hit again.
And Rue's important. He's been doing a lot of scouting information. These little tracks are very pesky.
He's trying to go for the man. He's going to do it with the backdoor protection. He's going for it. It's Oro, but the fortification's there. He's not going to make it happen this time. He'll die, but of course he does have the buyback.
But the rapier hits the deck.
He's in the mid. Snaky's going to get caught, but Poshka was able to find his way out on the map. Yatoro with the buyback, but Poshka, he's just dying to this army from Snaky. He's going to heat later, run back. Skeeter, he's caught by the Hex. Skeeter goes down. Oh my God, we're not going to get anything off. He can't. Helmet of the Die will buy sensation, but Yatoro is able to blink away. Turns his attention off towards Lal. No way to protect himself. He is gone.
Dies to the helm. What is going on? Skeeter, the buyback, the base. It's going to be full healed. But they did have to use that glyph.
I mean, they have to stand near the base.
He's got to go buy another rapier, right?
Exactly right. If Yatoro can get out, buy another rapier, sell something, buy a rapier, he can then go for the game.
So Amar has to stay there. It has to be Amar because he's got the bash, right? He's the one who can control him.
Somebody has to, exactly. Somebody has to hug this Ancient on Falcons. They cannot let Yatoro touch it.
How many do you keep? I think you keep at least 2 heroes here.
Absolutely.
At least Amar has to be there. The scan comes out. Yatoro is considering it.
I mean, the thing is, okay, Rapier's going to be now picked up by Skeeter. So we got a couple of Rapiers now over on the side of Falcons. Obviously, we have Maureen ready with his.
The thing is, though, that...
And Skeeter ready with the one that just picked up.
He's
trying to go for it. I don't think the numbers work out. They've got ways to hold him down through the BKB. He's trying to end the game, but it's not going to work. This is there. The calculations done wrong there from Spirit. It does not work out. Easily defended here by Falcons. I mean,
that's the game.
They have ways, yeah. Well, they went for it.
They went for it.
They went for it. Didn't work out. 76-minute game. Ladies and gentlemen, Falcons will take game 1 here against Team Spirit. 76 minutes in.
I mean, look at Amar. He looks drained after that one. An insane game. Wild back and forth. Falcons feeling like they had a good control of it in terms of the 5-man, but that roast fight in particular, when they kind of brought it back.
confusion.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bounty!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. I scream bloody murder. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
I'll take that as tribute.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Done.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Monster kill! Reality! Illusion!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, what do you know? Not much.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Losing my voice. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Double kill.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's like I need another pair of legs.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Haste. Double damage.
Digested from the
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That was all your idea.
Shades demand flesh.
Worthy tribute.
You are looking good!
Thanks.
Dire are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
That's such a light.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. The Radiants now have many. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's